welcome back to episode 15 of May 2025, new album reviews. I am your host Nigel, and welcome to Pete, to Will, to Simon, and to Lauren. We are reviewing the latest rock album releases, letting you know what I think, rating them out of 5, and will they get into our Hall of Fame? Well, Golden Horns, I don't even know, would they ever get to our Legendary? This has been over 550 album reviews now, so that we've kind of done there as well. So today's offering is Thornhill and their new album, Bodies. Simon, if you're not muted, we'll start with you, shall we?
Yeah, that's a good idea. So yeah, I don't have a huge amount to say about this. So like, the album is like a solid foray into like new metal, alt metal, whatever, however you want to cut that particular genre. But to me, it's sort of just the whole album just harken back to like older times, and it's the kind of music that I don't intentionally switch off. I quite enjoyed used to just listening to on the radio or Kerrang or whatever it is, wherever I was listening. So the lyrics on the tracks seemed a bit on the nose, or at least sort of lacking subtlety. But you know, it was still fun. It was great to bounce off of. I'd like to hear what else they can do, because everything seemed a bit samey on the album, apart from the track "Crush." Like, that's really weird. It's like a techno track just randomly in the last end of the album. But yeah, I'm all for tempo switching, but it's just a bit of an odd track. But yeah, overall, like, it was cool. It was solid. But I'd like to hear a bit more from them on what they can do.
Somebody we always want to hear more about and see what you can do, and that's William. William, what did you think of Thornhill and Bodies? Is it an album that you've come across before, a band you've come across before?
None of the above. But I really enjoyed my listening of this one. I thought it was quite fun, very different. I think what sort of raised it above the ones we listened to this month for me was how different it was to all the other albums. Like, it was the most audibly distinct of everything we've listened to. I mean, considering like one metalcore album, all power metal, than this, it's not really hard to like distinguish. But I had a really, really nice time with this. I thought it had a really cool sound. Simon said old new metal-y, which is always fun. And I think I was feeling very emotional while I was listening to this song, just in general anyway. And so I think that me feeling emotional made me connect to it even more than I would have necessarily. Anyway, I just had quite a nice time with it. Quite cool, quite fun, nice.
Now,
nice,
somebody who's cool and fun is our Dutch friend, Pete. What did you think?
I didn't think you felt about me that way. Well,
I have to lie sometimes, you know, just to kind of mix it up. I have to mix it up a little. I have to mix it up a little bit.
Everything's fake on television, of course, and on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. Completely forgot.
Fake news.
Yeah, I'm new to this band. Not heard them before. Quite like them. Quite like their industrial sound a bit. It's pretty dark. It's pretty gritty. There's some really good slow chugs, zeros on it that just like get your head bopping just the right way. So yeah, it's a bit of a mix between the heavy and the melody, which got me wondering as I was listening through the album, throughout the tracks. It was like, is this heavy or is this not heavy? I couldn't really make up my mind on it, because, you know, to me, a very important deciding factor in how I feel about an album is how much stank face do you make while listening to that album. Now, for those not familiar with stank face, it's when you're listening to metal and it gets so gory and brutal that you just go like something foul is rotten under somewhere close to you. You can't really point out where. For instance, when I'm listening to Lorna Shore, my favorite metal band currently, I got the stank face on from the first note of the album right until the last note of the album. I'm just sitting there like listening to it, taking it in, and enjoying it to its fullest. Here, there was not really enough stank face, but then towards the end, this song comes in that's called Nerv, N-E-R-V. Really claps. Really love that song. If they could have done more of that, I would have been a much happier camper sitting here. But yeah, all in all, it's heavy-ish.
Lauren, Thornhill, a fan? Not a fan? Have you heard of them before?
So I hadn't heard of them before. but I'm going to be listening to more of them. I absolutely fell in love with this. It fell right into what I enjoy listening to, because it's got those little veins of, you can hear little inspirations and influences coming from here, there and everything. One thing I've talked about loads is I love that sort of style of music, like Bring Me Into Horizon, bands like that bring that sort of different sounds, and it's a bit experimental in places and a bit weird, but then they still give you those little nuggets of familiarity to go, we're still anchored in this, and this is what we're going for. It had brilliant levels in it that I really enjoyed. Like, I've had it on over and over and over again. I felt like I was enraptured. I was sad when it ended. Harking back to what Pete said, it's, for me, one of the ways I can tell a metal album is good is because I often listen to it at work, or like when I'm walking and that, is if I get looked at weird by dog walkers, or if your lovely wife, Nigel, looks over the computer at me and she goes, "Are you okay? You look like you're in pain." Because I'm going, whilst I'm working and typing away, and I'm like, "Oh, it's all good. I'm just jamming." So it's one of those things where I just really loved it. It evoked that from me. And yeah, it's in my really cool stuff playlist where I keep all of my little walking along raging quite happily as I'm going places. Yeah, really loved it. Was really, really chuffed that something that cool came along.
Yeah, totally can relate. Like, love it when you're listening to some heavy music at work. You're just staring at your screen furiously, making your coworkers wonder, is everything okay? Yeah, everything is more than okay. I'm in my happy place. I'm in my happy spot right now.
Exactly.
Yeah, Trish says something very interesting. She felt that the opening track was very much the Prodigy sound musically, with this electronic dance vibe, which is not a bad thing, as Prodigy are legends. So yeah, good start. The use of heaviness, alternative new metal sound is good. So overall, she actually pretty liked the album. For me, it was a bit meh. It's alright.
Oh.
It's alright.
Oh, you've softened, Nigel.
Well, not really. There was some like, clarity, non-metalcore kind of tunes in there. But it was just like, I would skip 2/3 of this album, and maybe listen to a few others. There wasn't any outstanding tracks for me. It wasn't terrible. Half the album was listenable too, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. It was just a bit meh. It's all right. Nothing really that would float my kind of boat from that perspective. So below average for me, but not terrible. And I think I could say that, sometimes I listen to an album and I find myself that I would think I appreciate people like Lauren being absolutely fucking fruitcakes enjoying it, but I'd appreciate that she would like it. That's kind of how I would view this. So from that perspective, will it be good enough, ladies and gentlemen, to get into our Hall of Fame? Will it be good enough to dine within the golden halls of our Hall of Fame? Will it be good enough to become a legend album? Let's find out, shall we? What did you give this out of 5, Simon?
3.
William, who's disappeared.
William on AFK.
Got it, okay, we'll come back.
4.
Oh,
4.5.
4.5. Pete.
4.5. Well, it seems today I'm either agreeing with Lauren or Simon. Then in this one, it's Simon. 3 out of 5.
3 out of 5. Lauren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Nige said, went absolutely nuts for it. Loved it. I gave it a 5.
Ooh. I give this a 2. Which you could drop my 2. If Trish gives this a 4.5 or above, it makes it into our Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
She liked it. She did like it.
My seat.
She gave it a 4.0. So it just short. 3.9. Just short of Hall of Fame land. But obviously, according to you lot, a bloody good album. So congratulations to Thornhill, to Bodies. You got a couple of big fans here, that's for sure. Well, 3 really, and we all thought it was okay. In the meantime, do you, Thornhill people, agree? Hit the like, subscribe button, leave a comment, let us know. Or if you agree with some of us, not some of us. Very split on this one. So thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you soon. Keep on rocking. Keep safe. Goodbye for now.
Bye.